Hi, good morning, folks. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Well, good morning. My name is Cristian Trinidad de Jesus. I'm the General Counsel for the Puerto Rico Ports Authority. And on behalf of the PRPA, we want to thank you for being here with us and for sharing an interest in the Isla Grande Dry Dock Maintenance, Repair, and Operations Facility, RFP. Today, September 1st, 2020, and the time is 11:05. This presentation is being recorded as per the RFP and its instructions. And here with me today is Mr. Romel Pedraza. Mr. Pedraza is the Assistant Executive Director for Engineering and Construction here at the PRPA. And we also have Mr. Victor Quiñones, an attorney. He's our external legal advisor. And both Mr. Pedraza and Mr. Quiñones will take the lead in this presentation. However, before I step down, I would like to remind you that this presentation will follow a conference-style format and that questions should be submitted in writing to comport with the requirements of the RFP. And this will also afford the PRPA the opportunity to expound on questions and to provide thorough, complete answers with as much information as possible for your benefit within what's permissible under the RFP and our regulations. So without further ado, I would like to step down and just leave the floor to Mr. Quiñones.
Mr. Quiñones, we are not listening to you. Maybe you're on mute.
Sorry. Let's go back. Just a second. Okay, now you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Once again, good morning. This is as you know, this is a request for proposals for the leasing, development, financing, construction, and operation of a dry dock MRO facility at the Port of San Juan, Puerto Rico. The facility is located at Pier 16, next to Pier 16 in Isla Grande. It's also located adjacent to Pier 15. This is the area behind the convention center. The contact person for this RFP is going to be Mr. Cristian Trinidad de Jesus. He's the General Legal Counsel for the Ports Authority. And proposers are reminded that they should only make their questions or any requests through the contact person, which is Mr. Trinidad. You can see his email on the screen. Also, it's important to know that in order to participate in the process, you should register in the form that is attached as attachment B to the RFP. If you are not registered by the deadline that is in the timeline, you will not be able to submit proposals. So it's very important that you complete the registration form. Now you can see the schedule of the RFP process. The RFP was issued on August 18, 2020. Today we have the pre-submittal meeting. The next event is going to be the deadline for the registration form that I just mentioned, which is going to be September 17, 2020. After that date, if you don't register, you will not be able to submit an RFP. So make sure that you complete the registration form and that you do send it to Mr. Trinidad. 2 weeks after that, on October 1st, 2020, is going to be the deadline for questions regarding the RFP. And I do not see a date for answering questions, but before the proposal deadline, PRPA is going to be issuing answers to any questions submitted to Mr. Trinidad. And those will be issued in the form of an addendum that's going to be uploaded to the website, and also it's going to be sent to all registered proponents. So everybody's going to be able to see the questions and the answers. The questions will not identify the person that made the question, but all the answers are going to be public. So if for some reason you have a confidential question or a question of a private matter, just make that make Mr. Trinidad aware of that, and we will evaluate whether the question should be answered confidential or not. The purpose is that all answers are public, again, in the interest of transparency. After the proposal deadline, which is again October 17, 2020, 2 weeks after that, on November 2nd, 2020, PRPA is going to be announcing a short list of registered proponents. And those shortlisted proponents are going to be participating in an interview process with PRPA officials to further discuss their proposals and answer any questions that PRPA may have. After that, there's going to be an announcement of the selected proponent and the commencement of negotiations for a contract. And then we're going to be executing a binding agreement, which is going to be subject to approval by the board of directors of PRPA. And you can see the different deadlines here. Once again, remember that any changes to the RFP it's going to be done through addenda issued by the authority. The addenda will be posted in the authority's website, and proponents are responsible for reviewing the authority's website periodically to make sure that they receive any addenda. I believe also that after the register period is closed, addenda may be notified to register proponents directly. Like we discussed before, any request for clarification and question should be sent to the designated person, which is Mr. Trinidad, and the authority will only respond to written questions sent to Mr. Trinidad, and those answers will be posted on the website. Per PRPA regulations, a bid bond from a corporate guarantor in the amount of $250,000 is required to participate in this RFP process. The authority reserves the right to terminate negotiations at any time or cancel the RFP. And let me clarify. The bid bond is for the preferred proponent that is selected at the end of the RFP process. After that, the authority reserves the right to terminate negotiations and will return the bid bond to the preferred proponent. Appointments to for the site, the dry dock site, have to be scheduled at least with 3 days prior notice, which you will also send to Mr. Trinidad if you're interested in touring the facility, and he'll make the necessary arrangements to do that. Here you can see the proposal content and formal requirements. They are also spelled out in the RFP. And the details are in section 5.1 of the RFP regarding the content and format of the proposal. The proposals must be sent to the following addresses. There's a PO box address and a physical address. We will not accept electronic or email proposals. They have to be delivered by mail or in person. Again, the submission deadline is October 17, 2020. That is 60 days after the RFP was initially issued. Any proposals that are received after the proposal submission deadline will not be accepted and will be returned. We have miscellaneous terms regarding proposals. The proposals must be valid for at least 180 days after the proposal submission deadline. Proposals may be withdrawn or altered if it's done before the submission deadline. And any modifications, of course, have to be in writing and by a letter. The proponents are responsible for any errors or omissions on their proposals. And now we have the evaluation process. Each proposal that meets with all submission requirements will be evaluated by an evaluation committee, and the evaluation committee will assign a score to each proposal based on the criteria that is mentioned on the RFP. You can see that the selection criteria consists of the proponent's ability to timely provide the activities listed and contemplated in the RFP, their financial capacity, their any prior MRO facility or development operation or management experience, the MRO services and other marine services that they propose to provide, and the achievement of the goals and objectives as stated in the RFP. Again, the authority reserves the right to shortlist proposals in order to have meetings with the finalists and clarify any aspects of the proposals and further discuss the different proposals before making a final selection. Even after their final selection, again, the authority reserves the right to not execute an agreement if it deems that to be in the best interest of the authority. So there's no obligation to execute a contract in the end. Other miscellaneous terms and conditions you will find in section 8.0 of the RFP. As for the review and reconsideration process, any proponent that believes that he has been affected by the selection and that wants to contest it must follow Article 19 of the regulation of the bid regulation, which I believe it's 8981, if I'm not mistaken, but you will find it in the RFP document. And the requirements of the Puerto Rico Uniform Administrative Procedure Act. That means that the proponent must submit a request for reconsideration no later than 20 days after the date of selection of the preferred proponent. The protest shall be addressed to the Bid Appeals Board of PRPA. You can see the address there. After the Bid Appeals Board issues a decision, the proponent also has the option of asking judicial review to the Puerto Rico Court of Appeals within 20 days from receiving the final decision of the PRPA Bid Appeals Board. And now I'm gonna leave you with Romel Pedraza, who's gonna discuss the technical details of the RFP. Romel.
Yes, thank you, Javi. Thank you, Quiñones. Yes, included in the RFP is a drawing showing the areas of opportunity in order to be part of the lease agreement of the offer with the offer. Included is two buildings named as Warehouse A and Warehouse B. These warehouses are very wide, extensive, and are part of this RFP. This is an opportunity to be part of the list. The dry dock per se, with the surrounding area, are also part of the area of opportunity, and an area, an open space area in the north of the dry dock. Those areas are areas of opportunity, and you can include it in your proposal to offer as be part of your contract. This is an image of Warehouse A. This is an image west side view. The building is a steel building. It has a construction dated from the naval, when this is a military base. This is another site of Warehouse A. Again, this is another view from the southeast of Warehouse A. This is a steel building. The building have several damage from the hurricane. So part of your proposal is to repair this building, or you cannot offer to take the building and you can operate in your own operational standard. This is another view from the northeast of Warehouse A. This is Warehouse B. It's in the south side of Warehouse B, A, and it consists of, it's divided in three bays, and it's like 3 times Warehouse A. Again, the building suffers some damage from the hurricane, and you can offer in your proposal to fix and take control of this building, or you can discard this building and make your operation in other way. This is the inside view of Warehouse B. Actually, PRP uses to store cargo But if you take control of this building, you can manage the use of the building. Another interior side of the building. This is a view from the east side of warehouse B. This is a warehouse B aside from the northwest. This is a small structure. Is I think this is a water pipe valve. This is a view of Pier 15, the outfitting of Pier 15, which is usable by the dry dock operator. So yeah, I think that the RFP include language that the offerer can be able to use this pier for their operation. This is the generator room. It is in a condition, abandoned condition, because the dry dock has not been used since several years. This is a view of the inside of this generator room. As you see, there is no generator, but the infrastructure is there. There is some trenches, conduit, and other usable infrastructure. Another photograph of generator rooms. This is another photo of the generator room. This is outside of the generator room. We have this substation that need to be rebuilt. Another photo of this substation. This is a view of the dry dock stair that take you to concrete corridor that runs in the perimeter of the dry dock. This is dry dock. The dry dock. This is a view from the south to the north. This is a photo of the pump station of the dry dock. The original design, this pump station have a roof, and actually there is no roof, so the design build operator need to rebuild this pump station. This is I think that this is the more complex work that need to be part of this proposal is to rebuild the pump station. This is another photo of the pump station. The pump station in another photo. This is the pump station in another photo. This is a photo of a stairs that is beside the pump station, and you can go downstairs to the mechanical room of this pump station. Other available infrastructure is the steel caisson. This is a steel caisson gate, and was built by the Puerto Rico Port Authority about 2008, and it's usable. I remember that PRPA in the 5 years ago empty the water from the dry dock and use this door. So this door is this caisson gate is usable. we have a study conducted by Marat. They hire a group of engineers that do an assessment, perform an assessment of the dry dock. The document is going to be uploaded to the PRPA website. Included various technical document, environmental study that was performed by the PRPA. The Marat study included a cost estimate to review and put the converting in functional the dry dock. The estimate was about $12 million without the building, without fixing the building that we included as part of the area of opportunity. So they also develop resiliency upgrades that add an additional $5 million to the repairs of the dry dock. This is a summary of this technical report. It's very extensive. It includes a description of the structure for the concrete gravity well, a crane rail system, mooring hardware, the fendering system, and the utilities. The steel guys, the study include the observed condition of all this infrastructure and the recommended action for each one. The complete document, the complete technical document will be uploaded to the Puerto Rico Port Authority website, so you can review all the technical description and observation made by the engineer of this infrastructure. Any questions?
Rommel.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Before finishing the presentation, we forgot to briefly discuss the description of the project and the scope of work. Basically, as you know, the Isla Grande dry dock is located in the Isla Grande area, and it used to be managed by the United States Navy. It has been inactive since 2000. And as Roman was explaining, proposals have to take into account the current state of repairs and the conditions of the dry dock, and have to assume the cost of making any unnecessary repairs and improvements to have the dry dock functioning. The purpose and intent of this RFP is to convert the dry dock into, is to basically to repair it and to convert it into a center for commercial vessel and mega yacht repairs, reconstruction, remanufacturing, and dry docking afloat services to Puerto Rico and to the international community. As you know, Puerto Rico lacks dry docks, and that there is a need locally. Right now, vessels from Puerto Rico are being repaired in the continental U.S. or in other locations, and we believe that there is a necessity for that type of facility in Puerto Rico, and also that facility can provide competitive services to attract clients from outside Puerto Rico. So the work that the PRPA is looking for here is to repair the caisson gate at the southern entry of the dry dock to expand the linear footage available for docking, build the above storage facilities, and many other facilities to service commercial vessels and or mega yachts, and the provision of MRO services, which is what Rommel was kind of describing in more detail in the technical presentation. So if there are any questions before concluding regarding the presentation.
Yes, I got a question. My name is Jorge Rivera. There's a highlighted area on the east of the dry dock. Is that also included in the RFP?
Okay, let me. On the east of the dry dock, is that Roma? Is that Pier 15? Rommel. Rommel.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Sorry, we have a question regarding a highlighted area on the east of the dry dock. Is that the Pier 15?
Okay, I'm going to choose the map, and Mr. Jorge, you can indicate what area you are making reference.
Yeah, it's not showing on that map. It's shown on the picture that had the yellow dotted lines.
The second slide.
Yes. That second site to the right next to that oval thing, is that also included with the proposal?
No, that is Pier 16, and this is not part of the RFP. The area of opportunity that is offered for the proponent is shown on these drawings.
Gotcha.
Mr. Romero, is Engineer Carlos Gonzalez from CIPM.
Hi, Carlos.
Are the access roads around the building, around the dry dock, part of the RFP? The access road around? You follow me?
No. Can you elaborate?
Okay. Okay. In the area that is showing right now in the screen is a dotted yellow line, including the access road. But in the other shop drawing or drawing that you mentioned before, the access road are not identified as part of the access road. My question is, the access, right, for example, this one, the access road around this building are part of the RFP?
No, the area of opportunity for the offer to propose a proposal for lease and take the contract for operation and maintenance is the one showing these maps.
Okay, okay. Loud and clear.
Yes, one question. It's Philip Fagenblatt from Interplan. Hello.
Yes, you can proceed.
Yes. My question is does the PRPH have a survey map of the property that they could provide the do you have in CAD or a survey of the property?
Yes, we have some CAD drawing of these areas. The mapping is on horizontal dimension. We don't have a topography, and we don't have elevations. We
Correct.
only have a horizontal dimension of this facility. But you
Can you
certainly,
email us? Can you email us that survey that you have so we could use that as a starting point?
certainly we can provide it CAD drawings as part of the technical document that will be uploaded to the website.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mr. Romero.
Yes.
Are budget available from the insurance company uh, for the A&E or the repair of the building due to damages from Hurricane Maria? Available for the proponent in the proposal.
Well, Christian and Victor can elaborate on that, but my understanding is that this project need to be funded by private funds.
Okay, by the proponent,
Exactly.
including A&E repair cost.
The proposal need to include design,
Okay,
construction, and operation and maintenance of the facility.
okay. Thank you.
Rommel,
Yes,
are there any lead or asbestos studies on those structures?
we will include environmental studies on the websites. I think that there is some contaminated material that need to be properly managed.
By any chance, do you have any drawings or structural drawings for the dry dock facility?
Yes, and those shall be included also in the webpage as part of the technical document.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any soil samples of the land?
There's soil samples in the surrounding, not exactly in the close to the dry dock, but we have soil samples. But I foresee that you will not have to perform any air work to this facility. This is my understanding. You will decide what is your the development that you propose. But I think that the my understanding is that the hard work to uh, to convert this facility as usable is the pump station, the caisson gate, and the utilities. This is the for my understand from my point of view. This is the hardest work that you need to evaluate.
Okay, thank you.
Got one last question, Philip Fagenblatt from Interplan. Can we get a legal description of the property itself and see if that in that legal description there's any assertion if the property's all fee simple or there's some submerged land lease on it?
We have the Christian Trinidad, if you allow me to answer. We have the transfer deed from the military to the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. So you can review it and it will be available for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Well, folks, thank you for your time and for taking for your time and participating in this presentation. We encourage you to submit in writing all questions that you may need some clarifications. This presentation will be recorded and posted in our website. So if you want to revisit it and see if you get any new questions or anything you think we should clarify, we're more than open to do that. And in fact, we encourage it. So without further ado, we would like just to thank you once more for thank you for your time and being here, and we look forward to hearing back from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.